Hello, my friends, and welcome to another League of Legends Arena gameplay. This one we are playing Kennen. This game was so much fun. We are also going to attack on a Kassadin game. We've got a Kennen game and a Kassadin game where we got first place. So, where are we at though? Where we at though? There's Kennen and Malphite. Alright. Okay, so whenever I see this one on the first round, it always kind of feels bad because it's another like scaling one because it doesn't do anything until you get your R. But I really wanted to play around Kennen's R because I'll go through his abilities. But basically his R, a big circle of lightning around him, and his passive is whenever he hits anyone with 3 of his abilities, they get stunned for 1.25 seconds, and he gains energy. And so, like, you kind of want to go in with R, hit everybody, like, stun them, and then just do a ton of burst damage and hit them with all your other abilities and stun them again, kind of thing. So, let me get back on me. Where are we at? There we go. We're against a Blitz Ezreal. I really don't remember how this goes. We have a Malphite. Malphite is an amazing champ. Very happy to have a Malphite on our team. I go in and I'm trying to like stun, disrupt. Blitz keeps focusing me as he should. So I don't know if we win this first one. Malphite honestly might just survive these guys. Like he might win this on his own. I don't know. Looks like he's going to be able to bring me back. The Blitz should not have like left like this, I don't think. I mean, he wanted to heal, but I don't think he should have let me come back for free like that. I'm going to heal now. I feel like if the 2 of them pressured the Malphite, they could have stopped me from coming back, maybe. It's easy. I kind of waste my gap closer here, so I flash because I want to make sure I get my stun on Ezreal. I was trying to stun him in the fire, like the fire was coming. Let's talk about skills here. So my E is like it. I turn into a ball of lightning and I like move real fast, so it gives me movement speed. It also applies if it hits an enemy champion, it does damage and applies the one of my stacks of my passive. So you can use it to get to your 3 stacks to stun somebody, right? And part of the problem was I started using my gap closer thinking they were closer, and then they were far. So I flashed to try to make sure that I hit them with the E before it wore off. Because if it wears off, I'm losing one of my stacks of my passive. You don't want to do that. You don't want to gap close with E and then just auto. You want to make sure you hit them with the E. Because if you don't, you're missing out on a stack. So yeah. Q, you throw a Shuriken, so it's a ranged skill shot that does magic damage and applies a stack of your passive. The W gives you a passive where every 5th auto attack deals bonus damage and applies a stack. You can also, once they're affected by Mark of the Storm, you can use the active to do damage, and it kind of like makes the Mark of the Storm explode. And then again, E is that movement speed. You're ghosted. If you run over people, you get energy back. You apply a stack, and then at the end you also gain attack speed. So you can end it early to get just for the attack speed. Anyway, and then the R, big magical lightning storm around him does damage. And he gains armor and magic resist. Successive hits deal increased damage for each hit the enemy has already suffered. So the longer they're sitting in it, the more damage it does. Anyway, I'm going in with my E, hitting my W, hitting my Q. Also want to be auto-attacking, but like right here, the plant is more useful than hitting them. I get knocked out. I use my E, W, Q. And it's just rinse and repeat with Kennen. You're just trying to get as many attacks off as you can. I see these crows over here, and I'm like, ooh, crows. They picked Swain, which means crows. I wonder how my teammate's doing over here. He's so tanky, and I just kind of decided at this point to go for crows, and I'm like, I hope this doesn't cost us this round. That's the problem with Swain and the crows, is like you can easily lose a round because you're like not ending it as fast because you're trying to click crows. Because see, the crows disappear when you kill them. So I was hoping the Malphite was tanky enough and that we had enough damage that we weren't going to have any issues beating them. And I was trying to collect some extra crows. All right. Let's see. I love playing Pikachu. It's so much fun. I say that, and yet I never play him. Like, I really haven't played him much. And then when I play him, I'm like, oh, he's so much fun. He's a little lightning rat. Anyway, he does not have mana, so I did go... And like, he has to kind of get in close to do his damage. He wants to hit people with his E. I have no idea if this is correct. I maxed E just for the attack speed and the more damage and the lower cooldown because I'm trying to E more often for mobility. But that's probably not correct. You're probably supposed to do Q or W first, but I did E and it worked. I did go Sork Shoes for Magic Pen. We go in and R. Aurora flashes out of it. I still end up hitting her with the end of it and stunning her. We're melting the cane, but I'm also melting. So I'm wondering if the Aurora just beats us here. I missed my Q. I flash. Auto a plant. I come up here to heal. Oh, look at that. I got hit by everything. I got my R again. I don't know if it matters. Does Kane even die? He does. Okay. She's grabbing ravens. Alright. I feel like this Aurora just beats us here. Yeah, I'm so low. And I'm trying to get on her and do damage. And she just melts me. I have like 1 HP. Trying to juke her, but there's like nowhere for me to go. Alright, so I did get Dragonheart again, risky item. It's strong, but like it takes a while to scale. And so now I have a scaling augment and a scaling rune again, or a scaling prismatic again. You know, I tend to win these where I do this double scaling, but it's risky. And one of the reasons we win is because we have a solid tank Malphite. And last game we had my last video we had a solid set bruiser, tons of damage. For a bruiser, he really is like a carry. Malphite's more like disruption and just tank. He can do decent damage too, but it depends on the build. I see his prismatic has MR instead of armor. He would definitely like all armor for more damage, but at the same time, a bunch of the enemies are magic resist or magic damage, so you need magic resist. But anyway, all right. I was doing this build. I remember this. So there was a quest because of the new Mord skin. There was a quest where you had to complete it. You had to do magic damage from magic penetration sources. So it wasn't even just straight up magic damage. It was specifically from pen. So it was one of the reasons I focused hard on the magic pen on this game. I rushed Shadow Flame. My next item is going to be. See, I wasn't able to hit her with the E. I did land a nice Q on her, though. Dodge out on her bubble. I'm trying to focus her because she's a lot easier than the Ornn. Like, look how tanky this Ornn is. Like, what does Ornn have? He's just doing so much. I don't know. We killed the Nami twice, and it doesn't matter. I think Ornn's just going to clean us up. Malphite really needed to hit that, but it's okay. He's doing his best, I'm sure. He brings me back, but I don't think it matters. Like, I can stun. It doesn't really matter. We just can't damage this guy yet. Yeah. But anyways, so I go this, and then my next one is going to be... what's it called? We got 2 Dragon Souls now. Cloud and Ocean. What's that burst item? I can't. Storm Surge? Yeah, Storm Surge. So Storm Surge is the next item we're gonna go. More AP, more magic pen, more burst. We really want to like burst people with our ult. We get Phenomenal Evil here, another scaling one, and the nice thing is if you get it second, you start with 40 AP. If you get it first, you don't get that. But getting it as a second augment, it starts with 40 AP. Now, everyone we hit with abilities, we gain ability power. So, very nice. This is a weird one. It was a Shaco Yumi. I think I end up ulting his clone at some point. Like, and I'm just like, oh, this is such an annoying comp. They just want to run away and CC. The thing is, they never really try to kill us. They never really try to do damage to us. It's like they're only trying to survive and outlive. But, yeah. And I'm just running around collecting ravens, because what else am I going to do? It's like I'm looking for them, but I don't know where they are. I think, oh, does he send, he sends the clone here, and I think it's him, because I'm blind and I don't see there's no Yumi on him. Like, that would have been the easiest tell. If I just noticed, hey, that Shaco doesn't have a Yumi attached, that's probably not the real one. That would have been pretty obvious. But yeah, they're not even really, they're not doing damage to us. They're just running around, trying to live. And so we're just going to outlive them. Like, I don't know. Very weird strat. Lots of healing. He's AP, but like he can only have so many boxes, and we can just break the boxes. Ooh. I was surprised the Malphite died there. He got bursted. Probably by Shaco dying. I don't know. Anyways, where are we at? We're at 70, so we're still not at the top, but we're still pretty far up there. Tied for third right now. All right. Yep, there it is, Storm Surge, just like I said. And it makes sense because he's a Storm Pikachu, like Storm Surge, and he's got Slicing Maelstrom, Unleashing a Storm, and Lighting Rush, and Electrical Surge, and he's just Mark of the Storm. It's like, I feel like you have to build Storm Surge on him because it's like made for him. Anyway, you can rush this item. When I've tried it, I seem to like it better second. I seem to like this better first. I don't know. I think logically it would make sense to get Storm Surge first, but I feel like it just doesn't do as much damage if you get it first. And, oh, look at that. Wombo combo. Us and the Malphite lining up. I remember at some point I even like told him, I was like, hey, don't R first. Wait for me to R, because when I R and I stun them, then you get guaranteed R, right? If you R first, they can flash out of it. And there is some, we do get kited at some point, and they flash out of it. And I'm like, I told you, if you R first, they'll just flash out of it. You got to let me set you up. And so if I hit them with my R and stun them, then he gets a free stun, or a free R. So anyway, yeah, I read this a bunch, and I read this and I looked at this and I was like, I feel like this first would be good. Like, but I don't know. When I've tried it, I feel like the damage isn't there. When you have this and this, the damage is there. It feels like you do a lot more burst. You're actually able to proc it reliably. So maybe you need a damage item before Storm Surge. I don't know. I've never really been a big Storm Surge player, but I had fun with it in this game for sure. Alright. But now we're kind of like getting all the magic pen we can get. We've got 3 Dragon Hearts as well. Cloud, Chemtech, and Ocean. What next? What are we doing now? 62 AP on Phenomenal. Malphite has a ton of health. And a ton of health regen. Like, look at all that healing he's done. Not last round. Last round he only healed 25, but that's because we just wombo comboed them and killed them so fast. This Lux must be doing Anvil build, I guess. Rimuru. That's from that time I was reincarnated as a slime. Rimuru Tempest. Anyway. This is the team that's in first place. They have a lot of damage and a lot of control. I'm kind of healing up, getting my ult back, letting the Malphite kind of soak. He takes so much damage. I get my R back. I get snared on the Lux. I do a lot of damage. And I think we're just going to clean her up. I back up because she's trying to ult me. Grabbing these. Oh, I hit that long range Q. That was crazy. I think I predicted that. That's what it looked like because she was here, and I predicted she was gonna flash, and I threw my Q over here. So that was pretty cool. I get lucky sometimes. I probably just missed, and then she flashed into it. That's probably what really happened. You know, I probably didn't predict it. What am I thinking? I would probably just like swung wide and completely missed her, and then she flashed into it to make me look better. You know. But anyways, we beat the team that was in first. We have a lot of burst damage, a lot of penetration. Killing time doing lots of damage. Look at that, 3,000. Considering, I mean, I guess we've had it for a while, but okay, maybe that's not as high as I thought because we're already on round 8. But like, at what round did we actually get our ult? I feel like that's still a lot. I don't know. I could be wrong. Yeah, actually, maybe that's kind of low. I don't know. It sounds cool though, because it's a Z ult and it kind of lines up with Storm Surge. The only other thing we need is that prismatic item that kind of works the same way. Can't think of what it's called, but it has magic pen also, but it also has mana. And Kennen doesn't use mana; he uses energy. But if it had been an option, I probably would have taken it just for the burst. Can't think of what it's called, but it's prismatic with mana and AP and magic pen, and it stores, when you hit them, it stores damage and then does a chunk of damage, and it does more if they're immobilized, I believe. Okay, camera, where we at though? Okay. Oh, we got magic missile, and this is kind of funny. Malphite got killing time also, so now we have double. What I don't know is if it stacks twice, but like the wombo combo should be good. Oh, he just goes in on the Ezreal, but then I follow up. I get them both in my ult, stunning them. This poor Blitzcrank can't do nothing here. We're just gonna run him down. I just keep stunning him too with my passive. Very nice. So this is Pikachu. What is this? This looks like maybe like Tyranitar? Is this like a Mega Tyranitar? A Dark Rock? Maybe. That would make sense, right? I don't know what else he would be. Who would win? Pikachu or Tyranitar? I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments. Who do you think would win? Oh. Alright. I suppose it depends on what level, right? Oh, these guys are both doing the anvil build, I guess, because they have no items. But they are not doing that well. At least not against us. They have not done that well. They have, yeah, a lot of deaths without a lot of kills. Okay, and they're near the bottom. Hey, we're in first right now. That's pretty cool. All right, what's next? What are we doing next? We got 4 Dragon Souls. I go ahead and buy the Rabadons here. I already have all this magic penetration, and I thought about getting the Void Staff here, but like nobody has MR except for maybe the Orin. Does the Orin have MR? Even like he has a little bit, right? He has a little bit, but like nobody had MR really other than the Orin. And I think I might eventually get a Leandries for him, specifically just for him. But, like, yeah, it was like Void Staff or Rabadons, and I went with Rabadons because they don't have that much MR yet. And I just want to keep going with the Bursty Burst. I have a tank. I need to kill people. So this was that time where, like, oh, man. And I tried to flash to reach her with the ult, and I was still out of range. So this was one of those times where Malphite like R'd her and she just flashed out, and then I also R'd and flashed. Like, so it's not just Malphite, me too. I think because I saw the Malphite go in and like ult and like I felt like I had to make it happen, so I ulted and I flashed and tried to get her. I kill her here, but I just died at Teemo. There's no way I survive this. That's Teemo's got shrooms everywhere. So I did say here, like, I think this was the time when I was like, hey, you gotta let me R first. Like, they'll just kite you, because she just kited him. But yeah, that's okay. I don't think we had lost in a while, but we lost that one. That's fine. He's a super tank. He went super tank, and then that's why I'm going like glass cannon, as much damage as I can. 91 on this. Not too much on this yet, but I think I just got it. Alright, I seem to have lost myself again. This happens quite often. Yeah. This cane looks better than the cane in our last one, but he's still also struggling a bit. The Aurora seems to be doing fairly well, though. Wow, she's buffing him, too. Interesting. Okay, where are we at? What did we do? It doesn't look like we changed anything. Did I get some anvils? I have 6 anvils I haven't looked in a while. 60 AP, 14 armor, 104 magic resist? Why do I have so much? 15% health. I think if I didn't have good runes, I took tanky ones because all my items are just straight glass cannon. I even got 20 lethality, which I would have, and 25 omni-vamp, 12 magic pen. The only way I would take lethality is if it was get 2 random stats at 200%, and I might have clicked that, and then it gave me a lethality one, and it's like, ah, crud. Because, like, Kennen gets no use from lethality, so I would never have picked it. But if it was a random one, I didn't get a choice. This team we had trouble with early on, and we're still having trouble with it. I'm trying to heal up and get another R off. The Aurora is staying like right at the edge of my R. Kane just kills me. Yeah, they just... It's like I didn't do quite enough damage to out-damage the two of them, and Malphite is just a big tanky boy. He's not doing a lot of damage either. He's trying, though. He's doing his best. I am not complaining about having a nice big tank. It's very nice. Alright, and then here's the Ord. I'm up to 5 Dragon Souls. Is this when I get the Leandries? I don't know. I don't remember 100% that I get it, but I feel like I had to. I don't think we kill this Orin without a Leandries, I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's possible. Do I do it? Oh, he got Gamba out Anvil. This is so late to be getting this. And I got Eureka. You gain AP or you gain ability haste based on how much AP you have, and I have a ton because I've got this and this. So we're getting a ton of ability haste. No Leandries yet. Have we scaled enough where we can beat this Orin? I don't even know. Let's find out. I missed my Q. They missed their... What is that called? Everfrost. Yeah. I feel like we just try to kill the healer first. She's squishy and much more easy to kill than the Orin. But... Oh, I vaguely remember this. Here's the other thing. The Orin just sits here and, like, hits the Malphite. And I'm like, this is amazing. He's not hitting me. Like... The Orin just was convinced that the only way he wins this game is by having a 1v1 fist fight to the death with the Malphite. And I was like, yes, please, just let me keep hitting, and I will slowly kill him over a very long time. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Malphite's actually getting low. He's actually losing this. But, and the Nami just, like, took a thing out into the Narnia. She does have nesting dolls, so it'll bring her back to life here. But, like, she's in the fire. She's gonna die again. And look at this. We did it! We won! That was, like, the longest fight ever. But, the Nami trolled by going through the portal into the fire. And then the Orin hard trolled by literally being convinced he needed to fist fight the Malphite to the death. If the Orin focused me, they probably win that. This video probably wouldn't exist if the Orin just focused me. But I'm not complaining. So this is what you do. If they're not focusing you, you just keep hitting them. You do your best to get damage down. All right. Where are we at? Okay, it did take Rare to kill him. I did not get a Leandries. I did go with the Void Staff, which is going to help against everyone, not just the tank. But here's the other thing, is if he dies, we may not fight him again. We may not need the Leandries. Like if they get knocked out by someone else now that we beat them once. Oh man, I'm getting hard kited. I hated this team. I R thinking they're in range and then they slow me and just run away. It's literally just a Jinx and a Teemo just running away all game. And they're doing a lot of damage to my Malphite. I kill the Jinx there. Dude, I think I beat the Teemo here, though. I think I just do more damage. As long as I don't hit all these shrooms. I hit one there. I actually think I hit a bunch of shrooms here, and I end up getting my R back and just running him down. Oh, I hit another shroom. We just need to protect this, keep him off this, not let him res. The fire circle's closing on his side, though. Yeah. I'm kind of just sitting here waiting for him to come in. I want him to come in on the Malphite, not on me. Oh, another shroom. So many shrooms. I just are here, and I think I just delete him. Popped. 100-0 popped him. That's why we built what we built. We're doing so much damage. Okay. Yeah, this is up to 5k now. It didn't really do that much last round, actually. But I was just getting kited so hard. Until the end there, I hadn't really hit many people with my ult very, very well. This is 156 AP. We haven't had this that long, and it's at 8,500 damage. Oh, my. Oh, it's probably all on that orange, right? This is probably all from one round. Max health, true damage against that orange. All right, we have a bye round, so these two have to fight to the death, and whoever lives fights us. So, what do? We are up to 6 Dragon Souls. That means we have all the 6 Dragon Souls, and we're just one more, and we will have the Elder Dragon. So, the Elder Dragon is not technically a soul. It's just what you get after you get quote unquote another soul when you're already full, when you already have all 6. So here we go. This Aurora and Kennen are the ones that we had the most trouble with. We had trouble with both of these teams, but we had not killed the Aurora and Kennen yet, and we did just kill the Jinx and the Teemo. So if they win there, maybe we don't win this too. There's a lot of luck. There's a lot of RNG in this game. It can come down to one decision sometimes, for good or for worse, you know. But I definitely think I would rather have this team. The Kennen and Aurora, we never actually beat. So, but this team we did. So, I no longer need that Leandries because Orange is gone. What do we buy? What are we getting? What are we thinking about? You guys tell me. Maybe you remember. So I had enough money for a prismatic, and I was trying to pick which one. I remember like all 3 I was like not 100% sold on. This is giving, move speed, AP, and then ult damage. And I like our ult damage is not like the most. It's more of like a scaling damage. But we went for it. We went for the... I just melted the Jinx. Completely destroyed the Jinx. And then I just flashed on the Teemo, and I'm like, wait, he has a portal. What have I done? Oh, no. And then I just come back in with R. And I hit it with the Q over the wall, and it's over. GG. So, Kennen, if you go full AP burst and you are able to survive and you have a good tanky boy, like... Well, even if you don't have a good tanky boy, but if you just have a good teammate and you're able to get your damage down, Kennen does a lot of damage. I don't think I was the top damage this game, but I was pretty far. I was like second, I think. So I think the Teemo might have been the top. I don't remember for sure. I'd have to look. All right, we're going to tack on another game. I played a Kassadin game. I do not play Kassadin. So this has been weird. Most of my wins here, like this Mbessa game, this Kassadin game, I don't play these champs. Never played them. First time them in arena and then get first place. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just some luck on my side when it came to these games. But let's find Kassadin. And I'll be honest, in this game, I remember this Master Yi does super good. This Master Yi does carry. I don't think I carry, but I do my job. I scale. I get kind of tanky and do damage. And The Master Yi did more damage than me, but I was kind of like right behind him, and I built like tanky AP, right? So I built scaling items. Okay. But I 100% would not just. Oh, that's an interesting name. Smells like a baka. I don't remember that name, but apparently that's what my teammate's name was. Interesting. Yeah. Apparently Slim was in our game. I didn't remember that either. Chicka Slim Shady. Anyways. So I actually was reconnecting right here. Do you see how I'm not moving? He's pinging me. I was having some internet issues and I was reconnecting. Oh, I did spend my anvil. I was like, did I get to spend my anvil? Because I was like trying to spend it and I was like DCing or something. I feel like these two have more DPS than us early. Kassadin is known for being weak early and he scales really hard. I think I killed a kindred, if I remember right. I need to hit this plant. I bring my friend back. He's already low. Oh, I don't think we do kill them. I feel like... Oh, yeah. I remember thinking if he has Q here. If he just Q'd her, he would have killed her. But he Q's the Jace. And I know she was like at the edge of his range. But I feel like if he just Q'd her, he would have killed her. We would have got one kill. But that's okay. I didn't have the best options. But this isn't bad because I am already going to build a bunch of like scaling mana items on Kassadin anyway. Because his ult, every time you ult, it increases how much mana it costs. So mana builds are actually pretty good on him. Also increases the damage, but it also increases the cost. So, and that's assuming it's still what it was a long time ago. We'll read through it together and find out. But I did take Mind to Matter. I did take this for the ability power, the ability haste, and then the mana regen. And then I got my anvil was 209 health. Not too bad for early game. I was tanky, but not the most damage. He had deft, attack speed, standard Master Yi stuff. Tons of attack speed. So I lost my camera. Where are we? Okay. Oh, I lost it again. Just trying to scroll over the spells. So his passive is he takes 10% reduced magic damage and he's ghosted. So he doesn't, that's mostly for like minions. Ghosted like makes it where you don't get stuck on minions. His Q fires an orb. It's not melee range, but it's not very long range. It's kind of like a low range kind of spell that you can cast. It is targeted, so it's not a skill shot. But it does damage, it interrupts channels, and then it also gives him a magic shield. So it's kind of like poke, damage, and a shield, right? And then the W, you have a passive where his attacks deal additional magic damage on hit, basically. And then there's an active where it's like an attack reset, I believe. I believe it's an attack reset. And then his next attack does bonus damage and restores mana increased when hitting champions. So it's like a way to get mana back because we use a lot of mana on Kassadin. And then we're doing our best here, but we're not scaled yet. Yeah, I just died to the bruisers. And the Master Yi's not going to be able to do anything here. That's not his fault. He can't beat them. We will scale though. So that's the one thing is we have scaling champs. These are early game bruisers. Like we're not meant to beat them yet, but we'll beat them later. Okay. What was I made it to E. I didn't say E yet. Our E is like a cone. It's a skill shot. It's not targeted, but it does like a conal damage, like in a cone out in front of you, like a wave. And it let's see. It actually has a passive I did not know. Force pulses cooldown is reduced whenever an ability is used nearby. Yes. Okay. It used to be you couldn't even use E until a certain number of spells had been used near you, and then it unlocked the spell. But apparently now it just reduces the cooldown. So when you use E, anytime spells go off near you, it lowers the cooldown. And then the active is that conal shape magic damage that slows by 80% for 1 second. It's a significant slow in an AoE cone. It's kind of similar to Kassadin R. Not Kassadin. He's Kassadin. Cassiopeia. They have very similar names. They're both called Cass. It's kind of, if you think of Cassiopeia R, where it's like a cone where it just goes out in like a wave of damage, but it slows. It doesn't stun like Cassiopeia stuns. So it is AoE, so that's why I maxed it. Again, I don't play this champ. I don't know what you're supposed to max. I imagine in most games you'd probably max Q. Maybe I thought maybe I should max the W for the mana, but I really wasn't having mana issues. The Q would give me more shields, bigger magic shields, and more shields, like lower cooldown. So I thought maybe I should do the Q, maybe I should do the W. The reason, and the only reason I picked E, is because it's the AoE ability. And I was like, in this game, a lot of times people are stacked up, and I can just shoot the wave at them and hit 2 people. So that was it. And the slow, right? So I could hit both of them instead of just one. I think I died to her pool here. Yeah. But yeah, so I maxed it. Probably not supposed to. Probably supposed to max Q or something, but I don't know. And then the R lets us teleport a short distance. Each time you use it within the next 15 seconds, it doubles the mana cost and deals more damage. So, and that can stack up to 4 times. So it keeps doubling the mana cost over and over again, so it gets significantly expensive, and it does more damage. But if you wait 15 seconds, it'll like reset back down to 1. So it's like stacks of your ult. But because of the way his ult works and how it's good to actually level it up and do more damage with it. I accidentally hit P for pause, apparently. I just found that out with you guys. Why did I hit P? I think I was trying to pull up the shop. I can't do that here. What am I doing? Oh. Okay. Why was I pulling up the shop? I don't know. I think I was trying to see this. I don't know why I hit P. I think P is the shop in League, isn't it? It's late. My brain is not working correctly. I don't know what's happening anymore. But anyways, because of the way his R works and the mana cost and the benefit of using more Rs and stacking it, he's really good with like high mana items. And so it's very common to go like Rod of Ages and Seraph's Embrace for the scaling and the mana and the AP from the mana. So, yeah, we just killed away there. Now we're just beating up a big bear. He's stuck on our side. I come over here just to get like healing and just to make sure we finish this guy off for sure. Because I have the ability to dash around with my R. I can, high mobility. I can jump over there, heal up, come back without really being punished because it doesn't take me long to do that. I didn't really like any of the prismatics. I actually used most of my rerolls, if not all my rerolls, trying to get a better prismatic. This one, don't get me wrong, this one is good on Kassadin, but like I wanted one with mana, I think. What do we get here? We got Big Brain. Look, at the start of each round, gain a shield based on your AP. So how much AP you have, you get a shield. And this is, again, max health by half your mana. Yeah. This isn't bad, but I was wanting like more mana and AP items just to really scale up that R and be able to spam it a bit. But yeah, so this is not a bad item, I don't think, but not what I wanted. We're just kind of dashing around on these guys and hitting them with our AoE as it comes up. Trying to get as many E's on them as we can because we maxed it first. It's AoE, it slows, it does damage. So I'm kind of like R'ing around and hitting them with the E's and hitting them with Q's, and I just kind of die here. See if Mastery's able to bring this back or not. This is very similar to that Mordekaiser Volibear game we had where like it was just we were getting out-bruisered. Does he bring us back? I think he does. He tried to click on that and he missed it. I don't know if we win this one. I'm pretty low. I feel like I'm pretty useless here. There's not a whole lot I can do. I'm going to try to heal, get my stuff back. I'm trying to land all my spells and I'm trying to land my R's. Oh, Masty's alive. I think we win this. Doesn't really matter if I die as long as Master is able to finish him off, which he is, it looks like. Very nice, very nice. Master is doing great. He went Hemomancer's Helm and then Bloodthirster. He actually needs more lifesteal than that, but he gets it from this. So you need 30%, and this thing gives you 15, so you need 15, and Bork only gives you 10, but you get 5 from this, so that actually gets you the 30. So those 3 get you that 500 max health plus the healing for nearby damage on enemies. Alright, so we got our Rod of Ages first because it scales. And like after 2 combat rounds, you gain more AP, more health, more mana, and you gain an extra level. So you're a level higher than everybody else. So, and then it also, taking damage from champions, restores 7% of pre-mitigation damages mana. Casting ability heals for mana spent. Like, it's kind of like a bruiser, AP bruiser item. Are we not watching us? What the heck are we watching? Where are we? Where'd we go? I missed us. So, are we... We must have a buy. Okay. Maybe that's why we can't see us. We must have a buy. I bet you if we find us... Where are we? I don't even see us. There we are. Okay. Yes, we had a buy. Okay. I did get Archangel's Second, another scaling item. After 2 combat rounds, it upgrades into Seraph's Embrace. We gain AP based on bonus mana, and it also gives us a ton of mana and ability haste and ability power. So let's just spam more, makes us tankier. Well, this one doesn't make us tankier. It's a little different from Summoner's Rift to here. I'll have to see the Seraph's Embrace after it upgrades. But in Summoner's Rift, I'm pretty sure you get a shield based on your mana. I don't know for sure here, but I would assume you get a shield, and that would make you tankier as well, based on mana. At some point, I'm pretty sure I sell this, because I have an idea of what items I want. Our score's not looking too good, but we're Kassadin, where you're used to being weak early. We're just trying to scale. Let's see what we get here. We did max our E, and then we maxed W, thinking that, you know, that increased to 30% missing mana from hitting champions. That seemed really good. Because it's like, oh, we'll never run out of mana as long as we're hitting champions. Q might have been better. I don't know. Q is probably more damage, and it definitely gives us that shield, right? But my thought was, if I'm spamming ult and running out of mana, and then I'm hitting W, I'm getting my mana back every, like, 2 seconds, right? Like, 30% of my missing mana every 2 seconds that I hit W. So that was my thought process behind that. Again, I don't play this champ. You don't have to, apparently. And we still get first place. But it's not like this Master you could have done it completely alone. We had to be useful. We had to show up. And we do. We end up doing a lot of damage. We end up being very tanky and mobile. We're going to heal up here. This Ornn Leona reminds me of the Ornn Nami from my last game. I played so many arena games. They're all running together on me. Look at me just surviving. Just doing damage and surviving. I'm like so tanky with my Rod of Ages. Yeah, I don't think I can do much here. I'm like trying to heal, but I can't. And of course it falls on me. I remember thinking if this falls on the Leona, we get a kill at least, and then we lose. I have the worst luck with these pillars. They always fall on me. Like, I'm hitting it with everything I got, and it falls at me instead of at them. I'm just bad at the game, I think. I think that's what it is. She got hit by that and didn't take any damage. I'm assuming it's because combat was over, but thing one shots me. Okay, what next? What are we doing? We got Mordekaiser here, the new Mordekaiser skin. Is this has got to be Samira, right? I think. And then this is Riven. Riven is no changes. Where am I at? Who am I? What's my name again? I see Master Yi here, and I don't see me. I must be down here. I don't know. I lost myself again. That happens all the time. Okay. Here we go. Okay. What now? So it did upgrade to Seraphs. We're getting ability power equal to 4% our bonus mana. That's giving us an extra 86 AP on top of the 60 the item already gives. It's giving us 1200 mana, 25 ability haste, and then the lifeline. Upon taking damage, okay, so they changed it. I see, but it's similar still. But it looks like it shares probably a cooldown with Malmortius and Sterix because they called it lifeline. So it's when damage would take you below 30%, gain 350 plus 25% current mana shield. So it is still scaling. It looks like we just destroyed them. I didn't even see it. But these are kind of our two big scaling items. And then I had in the shop, I had mage selected and I had selected AP and mana, and there's 5 items. And I remember thinking, I'll try to get all 5 of those in Rabadons. Why not? It'll give me all the mana and AP, you know? And I end up buying them, and then I end up selling a couple of them because I need better items. But anyways, you'll see. But yeah, because there's 5 items in here that have AP and mana, and I was just like, let's just get all 5. Why not? Anyway. He got vulnerability. I got vengeance, so if he dies, I do more damage, and I have Omnivamp. I'm the tank, so I guess I should outlive him. I remember telling him his Terminus isn't that good. Like, he should. We go against some like true tanks at the end of the game. The Orin and Leona, I think, maybe. I don't know. But I remember telling him, bro, you should sell the Terminus. I get that it's on hit. I know. But, like, you should sell it and get a Lord Doms. And then I told him that in, like, just between me and him and team chat. And then someone on the enemy team who was already out and watching was like, hey, you should sell Terminus for a Lord Doms. And I was like, that's what I said. Like, because we have trouble against one of these tanky teams that are, like, straight up armor. And I was like, I get that Terminus is on it. But I really feel like if you just had a Lord Doms, you'd do way more damage to all these armor stackers. Anyway. Okay, so I got Malignance here. Another AP and mana item. Also gives me cooldown on my R, which is kind of funny because I have a really low cooldown R. But it also means when I hit them with my R, they're getting that burn zone under them. We're just melting people now. Yeah. I thought it sounded fun. It adds a burn. It reduces their magic resist. I can spam my R on people just to stick on them. And so it's just constantly reapplying the Malignance burn. So I went with that. And then we'll see what we do next. All right. Oh, I don't know how I just keep doing this. What now? What now do we do? We have 3 anvils so far. 20 ability power, 209 health, and that's it. So 2 of those, well, it says 3 anvils, so I bet 2 of them were health. Probably 120 ability power one, and then 2 like 100 health ones is probably what it was. Okay, what do we do? Doesn't look like we do anything. We got no anvils. Oh, we do buy an item. I get my Rabadons here. Because I've got like scaling. I've got ult damage and cooldown and like magic resist. And I was like, I need more damage. So I get my Rabadons. Bro, we are melting this guy. Look at that damage. Look at that damage. So he completely melted Morgana, but then I completely melted Fiddlesticks. We could have just had 2 1v1s there. Basically. What next? Kassadin is a pretty cool looking champ, though. He just kind of hovers above the ground. He's got like a dagger on one of his hands. I think this is the Shockblade skin. And I did this on the same video with Kennen, which is the Shock Blade champion, right? I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. I just did this way because they were 2 AP champs that I like played and got first place. But I didn't even realize I did Shockblade Kassadin along with just straight up Pikachu. But anyway, that's cool. That works out. We'll pretend like I did it on purpose, even though I didn't, and I told you guys I didn't. I'll just pretend, because it's fun to pretend sometimes. Okay, I got bread and butter. I didn't have really good options, but I was like, bread and butter, more shields, sure, why not? So my Q does a lot of damage. So now everything's maxed. We can kind of see the damage. 642 and a 411 magic shield. This is 738 on the active, and then restores 30% mana. This is 637 and slows in an AoE, so I can hit 2. This is starting out at like 584, and it scales up. I should probably pay attention to how we just destroy these guys. We just melting him. We just melting. And it's really not that hard. We can kind of just face roll our keys. You just jump on people, hit the AoE cone, hit the Q, get a shield, you know, hit this for an auto attack reset. Like, you just kind of spam all your buttons. You just kill people and survive. Okay. What now? So yeah, this is not necessary, but it was like, nothing else was really any better, so I just took it. So it just means more Qs, more damage, more shields. Why not? Seems good. Let's add a 2-second cooldown. This is all at a 3-second cooldown. This is at a 10-second cooldown, but it gets reduced as people use spells. And then this is a 1-second cooldown, but we just spam it and stack it up and do damage. Okay. Looks like I'm selling my boots. And I bought a Blackfire because it had AP and mana. I'm going to end up selling this later for something else. So I totally maybe shouldn't have done this. But I was literally like, I can buy 5 items with mana and AP and then a Rabadon's, and then bam. I think I eventually sell this and the next AP item I buy, which is what's the other AP health item? Oh, I know what it is. I can't think of it. It's like bursty. Used to be like what you would take if you were trying to burst. It's like a gun or something. And it has burst damage. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I end up buying that, and I end up selling both of these and buying other things. I remember that. I remember it was like, man, I could have been more efficient. If I didn't waste all this gold, I could have had like way more anvils or something. Like right now, it looks like we got some AD here. So maybe we did a random anvil and got AD. Or it might have been, it was the might. There was a couple times where I had like an AP one, and then I had the might one that has AD and AP, but it had higher AP. So I might as well take the higher AP with the AD than just take the AP by itself if it's lower. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, do we have a buy round? That's what it looks like. All right. There it is. Ludens. I knew it was a gun. Burst damage, AP, mana, ability haste. So yeah, so basically these were the 5 AP and mana items, and they all have ability haste, letting us just kind of, except for the Rod of Ages, that's the only one that doesn't have ability haste. But they all have ability haste and let us kind of spam our spells, have tons of mana and damage, and then we got the Rabadons for the AP. This is giving us 200 AP from the 30% more AP. That's crazy. Which is helping our big brain, giving us a 2600 shield. This has not gone off once because Master Yi doesn't die. He hasn't died since I got it, and it's not even my last one. So that's funny because it's been used 0 times. Well, yeah, I guess so. I don't know. That's weird. He has Firebrand. I didn't even know this. That's funny. All right. So yeah, Rabadons and then 5 health or not health, AP and mana items. But I end up selling the Ludens and the Blackfire for better stuff. Like I get a Void Staff and maybe maybe this is where I buy the Leandries. I was talking about buying Leandries in the Kennen game, but I never did because the Ornn got knocked out. This is kind of crazy. We have 50 health. All three of these have 1. They're just holding on for dear life. But anyways, I think I sell this and this. So I kept the 2 scaling mana ones, the ult one, the Rabadons, and then I think I get a Void Staff and a Leandries so that I can deal with the tanks. I think that's what I do. We'll see. I go ahead and use the gate just to get behind them, flank them, and not let them use it. Because I hate when you go in and then and I just flank the Hoi here and just like 3-shot him. And then between me and the Master Yi, we take the volley out real easy. But like I'd go behind the Hoi so he has nowhere to go. And he's already used his, I don't know if he feared the Yi, but I'm assuming he did. Because he like was focusing the Yi first. So I just came up behind him and like 3-shot him. Okay, we have super tanks. This is what's left. This is what's left. There's only 2 of us. I think we lose this next one. And we lose this next one. And then that's when the other person's like, oh, you should sell Terminus for Lord Doms. Because look at this. Thornmail. Like, they're all stacking, like, AP or magic resistant armor. Heart steals. They have so many stacks, and they don't even have the heart steel quests. They're almost 1,000 stacks without a quest. That's crazy. But yeah, it's just all just brute tanks. Ornn even has a Sunder. What? This is crazy. Anyways, I think we lose this one. And then it was one of the Mordekaisers was watching. And I told the Master Yi, like, hey, you should sell Terminus for Lord Doms against this. Look at all this. Look at all this armor. Get a Lord Doms. And then the Mord said it too in all chat. And he didn't know I had said it because I said it in team chat. And then he said it in all chat. And the Master Yi still didn't do it. He's like, no, I'm keeping my Terminus. Yeah. We could. This was really close. It was really close. We could have won. But we lost. Right? But we get one more chance and then now we're going to win. So, this is where I'm like, yes, 2 tanks. I have to have Leandries. How do I not have Leandries into 2 tanks? And then the other thing I say is this Blackfire actually good? Probably not. I mean, it's not bad. But, like, wouldn't I rather have a Void Staff into 2 tanks? Like, Leandries and Void Staff for tanks. Let's go. So, oh, I'm not even looking at to see if I bought. Okay. I also have 14 anvils, by the way. Oh, my gosh. So many anvils. That's crazy. All right. Yep, there it is, Void Staff. So, this was my final build. Roa, Seraphs, Malignus. See how it goes. I remember thinking, we're not going to burst them. We got to kind of, like, whittle them down. Keep burning them and jumping away and jumping back in. But the Leona was kind of low. I didn't want her to heal, so I'm just jumping on her. I jump out of her R. I'm like, if I just keep jumping on her and hitting her with spells, we're going to tick her down with Leandries. Master Yi's still alive, but barely. Kind of hiding from the R from Ornn, and then I'm going to jump over here and look for him. And then we just kill him. Just melt him. And there you go. That's how to get first place on Kennen and Kassadin. Both champs I don't really play much. They're pretty low on my champion mastery. But if you build right and you get lucky and you get good teammates and you don't be the reason that you lose, then bam, you can win. So a lot of times that's what it comes down to. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know in the comments if you'd like anything different. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, that's fine. Let me know. I hope you're doing well whenever and wherever you are when you're watching this, and I will see you in my next video. Peace. Stay safe out there, friends.